what everyone seems to have done is to do some small group work and a survey across their office and find out who wants to come back to the office and who doesn't. And the results have come back in that 20 or 25% never want to step foot in the office again. And most people have no idea what to do about that group, so let's just park them for the moment. But 75% said they did want to come back at least some of the time. So over the summer, since the end of July when they were allowed to, offices have opened their doors, opened reception, sent out memos and encouraged everyone back to nothing. Somebody said that their capacity over the summer had been 7% in financial services, even though they had been prepared for 50%. Now, good news is this week we've got reports of increased traffic flow, tubes, trains and roads. So this week may have been better, but still I'm hearing on the ground people are disappointed by the turnout. They're saying that there are not nearly as many people as expected. I spoke to an office in-house caterer who said, where are all the people on the tubes and buses? Because they don't seem to be showing up in the canteen for lunch yet. Some of the train companies saying they think maybe it'll come next week. The question then is, why is it that people who said they wanted to come back haven't yet turned up? We've been talking to people and here are some of the answers that we've had. To be honest, it isn't really clear what the policy is. Leadership sent out some principles. They said we had to be in for all client meetings, but our clients don't want to be in for client meetings right now, so they don't really make any sense. And leadership said it was a choice, but my boss seems to think choice means 3 days a week, so I don't really know, so I'm just waiting. The lack of clarity is a big one. Number 2. COVID anxiety. I'm still really worried about trains. I'm looking at the numbers. I have vulnerabilities. Somebody I know is not vaccinated. People are still worried. A boss rather cynically said that when he correlated that to people's holidays over the summer, he couldn't really see a link, but I'm just going to leave that one out there. Definitely some people are anxious about leaving their homes. The third is the experience when they got there. So many people have said that it's completely joyless, that health and safety has gone mad.
Depending on the type of contaminant, patients should remain in the shower sprays for an average of 3 to 5 minutes.
There are screens, there are tests, there's distancing. You don't see anyone you know anyway. You spend all day on Zoom and email. What the heck is the point of going in? Then the schools and childcare. Schools are back. Yes, we celebrated that last week, but after school care and preschool care is still really patchy. Nurseries are still operating at limited capacities and lots of people have got staggered start and end times, so they may have 6 drop-off or pick-up times a day and they're spending 3 hours a week standing around in playgrounds. They don't have time to commute. Next up is, well, it's a really long way to the office. Don't you remember? Trains are really, really expensive. And also we can't leave the COVID puppy. Oh, hello, Monty. People's lives have changed during this period. Lots of people have had babies, lots of people have moved out further, and they are even more reluctant perhaps to go back than they might have been. And in principle, it seems like a good idea, but when they look at booking the train fare, gosh, it turns out to be really expensive. Plus, this week, the weather has been amazing. Which is why, of course, we're seeing all of these reports about employers enticing people back with free food, exercise classes. They can even apparently bring their dogs to work, which must put shivers down the spine of anyone who doesn't actually like dogs. What can or should offices be doing? Well, the first thing is, can we stop with the Eric Cantona style messaging around this?
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines.
Offices, organisations need to be clear across the different levels about what it is they're trying to achieve and allow people perhaps to make decisions, but at least have clarity around the communications. The second is to be proportionate about the amount of control that you need in terms of safety, making it so safe in inverting commas that there's no point in going in. If you want them in, allow them to operate and get the benefits of going out. And thirdly, good God, find some joy, find some celebration, bring people together. Our newly 12-year-old started school this week and the music teacher had them singing sea shanties in competition on the fields. I don't know what your corporate equivalent is, but bring some joy, some competition, something fun back into office life that makes it worthwhile. Some of you might have seen me in the Telegraph this week talking about childcare and hybrid specifically and all of the complexities about that. We're going to be visiting that subject next week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you're despondent about office turnout, I have a little glimmer of hope that it's going to go back to being as grey as it was in bloody August. See you next week.
Sardines.